this is still a very active scene right now. You can see that this Prius was completely cut in half. There were 2 checkpoints here along Spear, and they made 2 DUI arrests at these checkpoints. It's designed to get people who may have had a few too many drinks home safely with just 2 clicks on your phone. 6 inches apart?
Yeah,
okay.
6 inches is what we're shooting for.
Okay. Raise your hand if you'd rather be outside. You could do this by not even looking at it. I wonder if I was doing this, how long it would take for me. If you ever wanted to know what $13 million could buy, it's right here in the heart of downtown Denver. Let's take a look. Opening up the door, 2 low-income families who really need help feeding their kids. What's your favorite part in there? Wow. They go into one of these dressing rooms, close the curtain, and walk out with a brand new outfit.
I think we're finding a white car that is underneath here. Possibly a window. Let's check on this side. I think I need to stretch more.
It's good. So for the first time, it's really good.
What we have noticed along here is a lot of the evidence markers have now been picked up. Police cars are moving around, but the perimeter is still set up here. There's still police tape. People are waiting to get into their businesses. Some have been here since 4 o'clock this morning. You can see them over in a parking lot over there. And they told us they got here, saw a lot of police lights, but were not able to get over into their business. And I also talked to a homeowner who is waiting to get into his house. His house is right over near Arizona and Bannock, and that is where this car, in this carjacking, is right now, is what we have been told. So he's waiting. He said he could be let in from police. They told him maybe in 30 minutes. So it seems as though this could be opening up pretty soon. I want you to hear from the people who are waiting to get into their business this morning.
Well, I drove 45 minutes to get here, so I was like, not sure what to do. Called my boss, and here we are, just kind of hanging out, waiting.
Now this whole area of North Santa Fe Drive from Florida down to Mississippi, that is closed, and Jason's going to talk to you about that in a moment. But I do want to tell you, all of this started over in Littleton, and it turned into a police chase that came over here into Denver. They stopped the car. We were not sure exactly who fired first. We were trying to wait to confirm that. But as we told you earlier, 1 person dead, 1 person has been transported to the hospital, and we are still waiting to get more information. But Jason, let's go back into you, because we, of course, have a lot of traffic that goes on at this time of the morning. What do people need to do in order to get around this closure? They'll be grabbing their helmets and getting out there to race, but they all have one thing in common. They want to see the end of impaired driving.
We miss them, and we miss them every day.
Craig Mansfield holds the racetrack close.
I don't know how anybody gets through this type of crisis in your life without that help.
He holds the memory of his son even closer.
Every holiday, every day, we have an empty chair at our house that we shouldn't have.
13 years ago, an impaired driver killed Craig's son, Chris.
And your life is affected forever.
Chris is the inspiration behind Kart Racing for Heroes, an activity that Craig and Chris shared together.
One day I couldn't find him. I'm looking like this and looking like that, and all of a sudden, bam, in the back of my bumper. He's just letting me know he's faster than I am.
The organization puts on 4 races a year, inviting law enforcement and emergency responders. Karting gives them a way to deal with high stress rather than turning to drugs or alcohol.
This is just our way of trying to say thank you to somebody else.
Tonight's event is in memory of 2 people killed from drugged driving, a serious issue on the road.
There may be different signs or indicators depending on whether it's a certain narcotic or alcohol. Understand what substances do to you. Just because you may not feel the high, you may not feel the buzz, maybe it's a new prescription that you can legally have, absolutely, but you can still be charged with driving under the influence of it.
Craig's pain of losing his son is still with him each day. But just like laps on the racetrack, he hopes to spread this message over and over again.
Don't do this, please. It impacts far too many people, not just yourself, by a bad decision.
In Centennial, Connor Wist, Denver 7. Since 1972.
I've done the Rockies since they've been here.
Bernie Simmons has dedicated himself to creating art in the sky.
You pull the wires in it, grab this long one, and you walk. I enjoy it. It's still exciting to do it. People ask me when I'm going to retire, and I said when it quits being fun, I will retire.
But with all of the fun comes a lot of tedious hard work.
You take it and you ease it down in there all the way to the bottom. There's 30 positions there I can do in 15 minutes.
All right, I wouldn't challenge you to a contest.
now
You'd win.
And this is going to break into a red heart.
Each firework is choreographed to match the colors and patterns with the music, and a computer controls the whole production.
And here's where the clock is that actually tells me the timing, how much is left, how far we're into the program. I can stand there and watch it run the whole time. Hold one of those cakes up. Every time I'm worried until it's done. I have a big knot in my stomach until it's completely finished, everything works right.
Now in 2017,
this is a safety fuse.
Ernie still has that same dedication that sparked years ago.
If I don't get applause from the crowd, I didn't do a good job. Close to 2,000 shells that we shoot in a minute.
It's the grand finale that puts the finishing touch on his masterpiece above.
This is the part that people remember.
Is that your favorite part of the show?
I think so, yeah.
Why is it?
It's just because it makes your heart pump faster.
In Denver, Connor Wist, Denver 7.